your turn now. Let's take a shot and see what you're understanding. So I got just an arbitrary graph. First thing I'm supposed to find is end behavior. All right, the way this always starts, as x approaches infinity, I'm going to get my not so nice paper out here so I don't leak ink on anything. All right, the way you start, as x approaches infinity, in other words, as we move to the right, what does y do? Okay. Well, what do you think? As we're heading to the right, where am I going? I'm going up. So up in terms of y means infinity. Second part of that is what happens if we go left, or in other words, to negative infinity. What does y do? Okay, so it always starts as x approaches infinity, y, what, blank, whatever. And then as x approaches negative infinity, or we go left, then y does, and that's what you fill in. All right, so what happens as we go left? All right, well, we follow this thing to the left, and we start going up, and no matter how far this way I go, I keep going up. In this case, it's infinity again. Okay, so on the ends, this thing always goes up. Might go up and down in between, but eventually it goes up on either end. So that's how you answer that part. All right, next, degree and number of zeros. Well, kind of got this backwards. I'm going to do the number of zeros first, because that you should be able to look at it and tell. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. That means our degree must be 4. Okay. So degree equals the number of zeros. Again, once we start getting away from the graphs and start doing the math, you'll see why that's so important. All right, let's practice plugging one in. So find f of negative 4 for f of x equals x squared minus 3x plus 7. All right, f of negative 4. Everywhere I had an x, I'm putting in a 4. Negative 4. So f of negative 4 equals negative 4 squared, that's 16. Negative and negative make plus, plus 12, plus 7 comes down. So f of negative 4 is 16 plus 12 plus 7, so that's 18, 28, 35. Okay. So if you were to put this on a graph, negative 4, 35 would be a point on the graph. Okay, that'd be an ordered pair. And that's how it works. Okay, so I did that quick, but you can take your time, you can pause it, you do what you need to do. I'm going to go quick through this one also. I mean, you pause it if you need to. Make this work for you. So find 2f of 3a for f of x equals 2x minus 7. All right, so first of all, ignore the 2. Let's just focus on the 3a. So you find an f of 3a. That means anywhere we had an x, it goes away. 3a takes its place. Substitution. Now, you had this 2 out front, so it's going to be twice this function. Okay? So here's the function. Put a big 2 in front of it. It's twice whatever we get inside those brackets. So do everything inside parentheses first. Follow the order of operations. 6a minus 7, okay, it's still in brackets. This 2 comes down, so 2f of 3a equals that so far. So 2f of 3a equals 12a minus 14. And that's as far as we can go. So again, take your time, pause it, rewind it, do what you need to do, but that's what you should get.